And now at 4, we still have rain on radar. It's lingering south and southeast. Going to move out for a little bit, but returning at times for the weekend. We've got the latest Carb Day rain timeline ahead.
If your Memorial Day weekend plans take you to Lake Monroe, you will want to hear what is open and what is not because of all the rain and high water. I'm Samantha Johnson. That story still ahead.
And I'm Jenny Runovich. Traffic headaches on a key corridor in Greenwood are finally getting a fix. The major road widening project and when construction could start.
Good afternoon. Great to have you with us. I'm Dustin Grove.
And I'm Felicia Lawrence. We appreciate you joining us for 13 News at 4. So we will get to your headlines today. And this right here, a miracle caught on camera. We're going to show you how one Michigan police officer saved a baby from a burning home. His actions are now being called heroic by the department and of course by the baby's family. So wait until you hear how this incredible rescue all went down, all the details.
It's a hero right there.
My goodness, a story. All right, but we do begin with the weather that we mentioned. It's a wet Wednesday. You can see all this green on the radar, but nothing severe like the last couple of days.
And looks like it's moving out. Hopefully we can get a break for a while. So let's get right to Sean Ash, who's tracking it for us.
Yeah, I'd love to say, you know, in the last 48 hours and for the month, we've used up all of our rain for the month of May. Unfortunately, that is not the case. So we'll have more on the long range in a moment. Let's take care of this afternoon. Yeah, nothing severe on radar. We've had some flooding. We've had some downpours. The air, especially south of I-70, still rather juicy, and it's fueling some of these pockets of heavy rain, although they're diminishing certainly a great deal compared to 24 hours ago and early this morning. You can see still some heavier cells, though, far southern Indiana. We're getting some sunshine far northwest, so it's been the squeeze play here over the central part of the state, and as we told you, everyone would be significantly cooler today compared to 24 hours ago. A good 20 to 25 degrees cooler, in fact. So we've been hovering around 60 for the better part of this afternoon. Want to jump to tomorrow. A pleasant day tomorrow, though some of us will have a good deal of cloud cover. Still a couple of sprinkles or a passing shower over southern Indiana. An east-northeast wind eventually will cut into some of that cloud cover and give us definitely a pleasant, dry day tomorrow. So we get into Friday morning, should start dry. We will be on borrowed time, however. We expect rain to be expanding south to north, nearing Indy by noontime, and certainly will be within the rain shield as we go into Friday afternoon. It is looking like it is going to be a wet finish to Carb Day. So we still have 48 hours away. We'll fine tune, but be prepared. Cool, dry start to a damp finish. All right, I do want to switch gears and kind of let you know what's going on. We've been following a situation. This is on the southwest side here out by the airport, I-70 there, Ameriplex, where we've had an accident and they've got the wrecker out there starting to get this thing cleaned up, cause a little slow go. And then kind of the usual spots are slowing down. We did have a situation for the stalled vehicle in 465 northbound. That has seemed to be cleared, but this is just typical volume. We will keep you updated over the next hour. Hopefully no more accidents to report, and the race weekend forecast here in a few minutes.
All right, a lot to get to. Thanks for that traffic update. Major traffic changes are coming to Greenwood. If you drive on Smith Valley Road, your commute should get a whole lot smoother. That's because Smith Valley will soon be getting wider.
And this is a big project. It's costing big money with a big impact on Johnson County. Jenny Runovich talked with city leaders today about the plans, what they share with you, Jenny.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you live in Johnson County or you just drive there at all, you know there's been talk about improving this important east-west corridor for literally decades. Well, now the wheels are in motion to finally make it happen.
If you've ever been in traffic on Smith Valley Road and thought, there's got to be a better way, good news. Help is coming. Massive road projects will make a dramatic difference for drivers getting from one side of town to the other.
From really all the way from 65 over to 69.
Here's a look at a map of the plan. Smith Valley, 4 lanes all the way across. Important since Greenwood is Indiana's 8th fastest growing city, and almost all those people have cars.
Yes, they're all driving cars, and they want to get from point A to point B. in a hurry.
Over the next 6 years, the city, Johnson County, and INDOT will each have a portion of the project. In Greenwood, first up is a stretch of Smith Valley from the high school to just west of US 31. We're talking 4 lanes, a center turn lane, new trails on both sides, and upgrades to storm drainage.
Today's a perfect day to show that. It's raining right now, so I think everyone will appreciate the improvements that are happening.
Surveys and right-of-way acquisitions to start soon, construction slated for 2028. The second section of the city's project, set for 2029, goes from Meridian Street to Valley Oaks Road. Again, 4 lanes, new lighting, trails, and storm sewers.
The bridge over Smith Valley Road over the railroad tracks will also get widened to 4 lanes.
Federal funding for the projects got the green light a few weeks ago. They'll pay 80%, Greenwood pays 20%. The whole price tag?
The last estimates I saw, $56 million. And that's going to be spread out over 5 years.
INDOT is in charge of improving the intersection at Smith Valley Road and State Road 135. Johnson County responsible for widening the road from 135 to I-69. The county's also planning roundabouts every half mile along this busy corridor. The whole goal, make traffic move faster.
So I know that was a lot to take in. We tried to pack as much as we could into this story, but clearly this project will take a while. But after decades of talk, action is close. Also want to let you know, if you want to learn more, there is a public open house. It's set for June 11th. That's when you can learn more about Greenwood's portion of the plan. Maps, plans, you can ask questions. We'll have all the details on WTHR.com.
And when construction starts, will the road be closed?
I know, that's a question. It's like, am I even going to be able to get across the road? Well, the hope is no, not completely. At least on Greenwood's portion, they do hope to maybe just work on one side of the road while they close the other. But that's still TBD because we obviously have some years to go.
Yeah, and we know how construction projects go.
Oh, yeah.
All of it, TBD. But at least the wheels are in motion.
The wheels
Finally.
are in motion.
Yeah,
Yes.
all right. Thanks, Jenny. New developments today about a string of business break-ins across the city's northwest side. According to court documents, investigators connected a group of suspects to at least 19 burglaries over a 9-day period last month. Police identified a 16-year-old suspect through surveillance video and witness interviews. They found him in a car with 3 others and arrested all 4. Police say they found 4 guns in the vehicle and 2 machine gun conversion devices. A disturbing story from Boone County today, where a man faces charges accused of setting his house on fire knowing his dog was inside. The dog died. Prosecutors charged 47-year-old Jason McKinney with arson and animal torture. It happened March 15th at a home investigators say McKinney was renting on State Road 267. Court documents show deputies tried to get into the house to save the dog but couldn't get through the heavy smoke. A trial date is set for August.
Well, 4 families have filed civil lawsuits against a Brownsburg daycare where 8 children were allegedly abused. The suits claim the children were sexually abused in a setting where they should have been the safest. Attorneys also say multiple people failed their legal duties to protect the kids. The daycare, Main Street University for Kids, has been shut down by the state. The lawsuits seek monetary damages, but attorneys say the damage could have a lifelong impact.
And for the foreseeable future, these kids have been through so much, and sometimes kids they don't disclose like maybe a teenager or an adult would, and you don't know until sometime later many times the effect that it's going to have on them. But it is devastating not only for the children but their families.
Gabriel Garner, Nancy Minton, Jennifer Lingbeck were all criminally charged in this case. Minton was recently sentenced to 2 years in prison. Garner and Lingbeck's cases are still going through the courts.
Take a look at this. More flooding problems on Monroe Lake. The DNR says this is 10.5 feet above where the water should be right now, and that is why they've decided to close the beaches for Memorial Day weekend. Samantha Johnson spent the day at the lake where there is more rain in the forecast.
Wednesday afternoon in Bloomington, the rain is still coming down. A lot of folks taking shelter, like myself, to stay out of the rain. And even though some of the swimming beaches nearby are now closed because of that high water, the boat guys, they are still hard at work now building the floatable ramps to keep the boat rentals going this weekend.
So right now we're just adding on a bunch of temporary plastic dock. It's a real pain because we have to move all these docks every single time it moves.
Chris Herrera is in his 5th summer at Lake Monroe Boat Rentals. And while the boat ramps are still open this this weekend. Some parking lots, roads, and beaches are underwater and closed for the holiday. It's a headache for some, but not everyone is mad about the high water.
Some people like going out in the rain, think it's fun because there's no one out there right now. So you have the lake to yourself if you don't mind getting a little wet.
So if you are heading out on the water this weekend, Indiana DNR is reminding you to watch for debris, especially in places that aren't typically underwater. You can see the full list of what's open and closed at WTHR.com. In Monroe County, Samantha Johnson, 13 News.
And with just days to go until the 110th running of the Indy 500, IMPD and other law enforcement agencies are sharing their safety plans.
Expect to see increased patrols in and around Speedway during the race, of course, as we see every year. You're also urged to report anything suspicious you see to officers. If you see something, say something. And this year, we're told the exit patterns are going to change after the race. Metro Police Chief Tanya Terry says during that time, it's really important to be patient and follow the change of the traffic flow. Take a listen here.
We want our community members and our visitors to be patient, and everybody wants to get home safely. And it may not be the route that you're familiar with, but we're going to need everyone to follow the instructions of the officers that are in the intersections.
EMS officials also shared there will be first aid tents around the track, even at the parade on Saturday. They encourage you to take care of yourself, drink plenty of water because you know how hot it can get throughout the day and humid too. One of the many traditions at the track is when the winner chugs that bottle of milk in victory lane. And did you know they get to choose which kind of milk they prefer? Every driver makes their selection before the race, so it's ready if they win. Of the 33 drivers this year, 25 chose whole milk. 7 selected 2%, and 1 said he wants skim. So there you go. And if you care enough to know who chose what, we've also got that listed for you at WTHR.com.
I chuckle because, so this is my 4th year being here. And the first year I was like, oh, yada, 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 something about almond milk.
No.
I didn't understand the tradition. I didn't know. I was new. So
It's got to be dairy.
Now it will be whole milk because you need the essential fats after a race like that.
There you go. You're learning. Although some, like we said, one of them chose skim, some 2%.
Yeah, see?
Not everybody's a whole milk fan.
There are dairy options.
And you know, that started in the 30s with a driver who chose buttermilk.
Okay,
That's what started the whole thing.
That's thick.
Yeah, that's
He's
a little
probably
too
still drinking it. He's still trying to get that down. All right, so of course we have you prepared during your race week. We'll be at Carb Day Friday, then Saturday you can watch the Lucas Oil 500 Festival Parade live on Channel 13 starting at noon. We'll also rebroadcast the parade right here on WTHR Plus at 7 p.m. that night. Then of course you gotta join us 5 o'clock race day morning. And we're going to have post-race coverage as well on 13 News at 6 and extended coverage on WTHR streaming app. I was a rookie then, Sean, a rookie no more.
Yeah.
She's a veteran.
You're a crafty veteran now. Hey, you don't want me near milk. Trust me on that. Here. That's another story here. Hey, the Muggy meter's dropping. It's going to stay comfortable into Friday morning, and then we're going to start to get some juicy air back in here through the weekend. It's going to lead to some bouts of showers and some scattered thunderstorms. We will have you covered in the latest 7-day forecast.
All right. I want to know the story behind that. Maybe later.
Yeah,
okay.
later.
Also
later.
this, coming up, the reason officers involved in the January 6th attack at the Capitol are now suing the Trump administration.
Plus, more news on the reason Cuba's former president is now facing the death penalty. Stay with us.